there are some limitations to be aware of with regard to the 203K program. The new FHA 203K loan allows you to buy a fixer-upper, get all the money to rehab it, and then wrap up to 12 months of the mortgage payments into the loan. Now you can live rent-free while rehabbing your home. FHA 203K loans are an amazing wealth building tool, but only if they're used correctly. The vast majority of people who will leverage an FHA loan of any kind are going to do so for their own primary residence. And it's understandable because one of the requirements of any FHA loan is you must live in the property for at least 12 months before having that property tenanted by someone other than you. Now, in an FHA loan environment, that is not something I would be an advocate for, because the American dream being homeownership simply is a lie that's been sold to most of us by the banking industry. If you want the real American dream, that's financial freedom. And the only way to get that is to essentially accumulate assets that cash flow for you and can support your lifestyle both now and into the future. How can you use the FHA 203K to do that? Well, you can acquire a multifamily and then utilize the 203K component of the FHA to renovate that multifamily to make it interesting and attractive to potential tenants. You live in one unit and you rent out the others. Now, there are some limitations to be aware of with regard to the 203K program. First and foremost, there are two different types of 203Ks. The first is what's called a limited 203K. That essentially means that there's a limited pool of resources that can be set aside for the renovation portion of the property. And that maxes out at $75,000 currently. The other type of 203K loan is not necessarily limited on its face, but there are limits. The limits are the standard loan limits, maximum FHA loans that are available for properties in that respective county. It's also important to note that if you engage in a 203K loan, you have to utilize an FHA appraiser to really monitor those renovations and also to be the one who's sort of the gatekeeper to the funds so that they're being distributed to the licensed contractors, the qualified individuals that are going to do the renovations, and then monitoring that those dollars are actually being used for that intended outcome. Now, if you're interested in learning more about strategies that can move the needle for you as a business owner here in the United States, I'd suggest checking out my YouTube channel. All you need to do is drop the word YouTube and I'll send you the link.